Hey, good morning. Had some nice big news last night. Several coins hit their target, so I'm going to do a quick update. Big Tex Crypto coming to you live from the great state of Texas, as you can tell. So, nothing we say on these channels are supposed to be financial advice, things like that. You've heard that disclaimer from everybody. It's just the way I do things. My charts look a little different than everybody else's. Mine tend to get a little messy, but it's crypto trading done my way, so hopefully you like it. Kind of follow along. I'll do some daily updates along the way, and I live stream on Twitch. So if you're on Twitch, please follow me, and we'll do all this together. Let's all get rich. So going down the list this morning, Algo broke out of its triangle. Most of the coins were in this pattern here, and starting to do their breakout. We also have the higher target off the falling channel, more of a broadening wedge, falling broadening wedge. So these are our target prices off of those. Unless we break back down, we did clear the top, so I expect it to keep going up. It may come down to retest and then bounce, but I do think the lower target off this symmetrical triangle is going to be invalidated because everything else is pumping to the targets. So down to Atom, Cosmos. As you see, same pattern. It's moving up at the target price. We do have long signals popping up on the hourly on the super trend, so that's a good sign. So yeah, everything's looking good on these. Balancer, Ball, it's kind of a laggard. We'll see where it goes. I do own some Ball, so I am hoping for a pump here. You can go on the band protocol. You see, it's also symmetrical triangle. It's already breaking out. Measure and move for the band. We have the higher target, but we'll make a quick stop right around that area right there first. Maybe work its way up, maybe flag, maybe you can go past it. So all signs moving up, also long signal. CGLD, sorry. It did this several times when the triangles that I've drawn in the past. It kind of squirts out the front and then makes its move. You can always do this. I just don't like these big gaps when I'm doing measure and move. It doesn't change the target price that much, but I have noticed that this one and one or two others do like to just squirt out the end of those triangles. I'm going to get rid of that one. But measure and move target on this one. Let's look at 198. So let's see. Hopefully we can hit that pretty quick. All these may hit their targets today. Some of them hit from just in the last 10 hours. So comp, same deal. And then get to a couple have already hit their target, so it's nice to wake up to a couple of them on hold. And then these aren't going to move straight up. They're going to should have a little bit of ups and downs, but the ones that hit last night, they actually shot right up. So anything can happen. Like this one, Dash. Dash hit its target, and if you look, give you an idea of what these look like. Since we've done both the falling channel targets and this symmetrical triangle target, notice it actually shot past this first target, which is fine. But whenever you have this or another combination of charts, a lot of times what will happen is go up, hit the first one, come back down, and then work its way up to the second one. So I like to keep them both up there. The safer move is also definitely the shorter one, more likely to hit that target and make a little profit. Don't worry if you miss a little bit of the top, not a big deal. Then you want to trade between the tops and bottoms. Wait for confirmation of a trend. Buy there. Set your, even if you did have this as a target, set your sell order a little lower. Just make sure you get that profit. You're going to go just short and then drop. And then things making that. So keep going. EOS, same pattern. You know what? I'm sorry, I forgot to pause my music. We'll just keep going. And target on EOS, 322, KNC. I already have it up there at 108. It's moving up. See, it did hit its target perfect down here. And let's see. Change that one to green. Link. See the target for Link. Working its way up. I do like Link. As you see, this is one on LRC. Did hit this target pretty quickly after breaking its triangle. It was in a little bit different, wider triangle pattern than some of the others. It's kind of hard to see. I'll just go with that touch right there. And do measure move. So yeah, it was the same. So as you see, they're working on it. If everything else follows this type of pattern, you know, had the break, kind of a retest, or I call it sliding down the channel. And we had this little triangle build, and then it pumped. So hopefully everything else follows this. If you're in those other coins, you'll get your turn. Everything pumps one at a time. Maker, it actually had a really big break off of its falling channel. It kind of hit the target. It was really tight, quick trades up and down, so it's hard to follow. But right now what we've got is it's also formed its triangle. And I'm not going to go off of that. That was a target hit, so this one may be a indicator. As long as it breaks, everything else should keep going, since it was the first one out the gate. So be watching for it to come out, retest and bounce. If we break down, then you might want to look at some of the other coins and see if they're going to break down also from after they hit. NMR also, it didn't have the exact same pattern as everybody else. It actually just made a nice, solid falling channel. Broke out. This is just a perfect breakout. Didn't do that this crazy triangle pattern down here, but now it's in a kind of a steep pattern, steep triangle, wedge, sorry, ascending wedge, ascending triangle. So we'll see how it breaks. It's kind of topped out on the hourly, so yeah, if it breaks, it's going to be much higher. I have to watch that one close. OMG, same patterns. There's your target prices. OXT, Oxt. It's one of them that hit its target almost perfect, and it'll drop. We'll see what this pattern does. We may get a half staff out of it, the way it's looking now. Half staff would be great, because a half staff looks like this. Kind of goes up. A half staff will break out into the top a lot of times. If it goes too long, you end up with a rising channel and more of a bear flag, and it'll fall down. But if we can just get this for a little bit, you could pump right out of it. So as long as this resets while it's still in this this channel, as long as it resets down to this area, then I expect it to pump up. If we go too long and we come down and go back up, when it's still in this channel, then I expect it to fall out. So that's something to watch, is the RSI. If it's oversold or overbought, that's going to be an indicator of where it's going to break. So be ready for that. And Ren, just like everything else, making this move. We'll see where they go. Rep hit its target. And now we are in this type of pattern, which is not the greatest to see. As you can see right here, worked out pretty well. So I do expect Rep to fall back down. And what's tough with this one is if it breaks, it's going to break to the downside. Hopefully just to make an actual double bottom down here. Something like that. So we'll make a double bottom right with this corner, and then we can move up. It did come out and hit this target, kind of like I think it was Maker. It did that. It shot straight up. So I don't see. Well, it could be a triangle right here. I think it's already made that target price. I'll change that to green. Measured move off of that. Yes, I'm doing these rough. So it can still come up, bounce around up here, then drop back down. We'll have to watch it. And Yuma is a little bit different pattern. We've got this ascending wedge, ascending triangle. So its measure move, let's put it a little higher than the first target. That's fine. We saw how that happened earlier. And here's your targets for Yuma. Uni. See, I was just playing with the shorter time frames. It hit that target fine. So it's playing the game right. And this triangle target a little further out. So short-term target, we put it right there, 381, and from where it was there, that would be nice. So if we go all the way to the top target, looking at 21% moves, that'd be nice to see. But I'm gonna play with this one for a minute. I want to see if it was more of a channel, falling broadening wedge. Don't want to give anybody false hope, because the other one's kind of went the same direction. Came down, came back up, slid down the channel a little bit. So breakout from there, it puts it about the same. So I am going to change this. A little too optimistic on the other, for the other target. Again, I'd rather take some profit even lower than miss out, because it comes up just a little bit higher than this and drops, if that makes sense. XLM, the darling of the last few days. As you see, it shot past the target. It's starting to flirt with this bottom trend line, so move this over just a little bit. But it did keep going, but it's now starting to break out. So XLM, I see it dropping down to 0.187 ish. We'll see if that plays out. XRP, another darling, because of the airdrop coming on the 11th or 12th, depending on your time zone. It's pushing up. I do expect it to hit that 69 target price. Yeah, still got plenty of room to run. So if you're an XRP holder, that's your target. I know a lot of people are playing that game right now. Just be careful on the 11th to 12th. You need to be on the charts watching, because I think as soon as that airdrop happens, XRP is going to take a big drop. A lot of people don't like to hold XRP because it doesn't move much, so they're buying it now just because of the anticipation. So be ready for that drop. Um, as soon as they get their airdrop, they're going to dump it, I believe. So be careful with that. I do own a little bit. I'm not jumping on the bandwagon as much. I had a little extra fiat, so I went ahead and bought some, but it's not anything I'm worried about. Just want to play the game too, so I will be watching it. Hopefully, I'll have the time to do some streaming that day and see what happens. See if that idea plays out. XTZ, XTZ is working its way up to the target. I played it a little different. I was working on just messing with the chart a little bit because it did have a little bit different pattern down here. It didn't come down, come up and drop. So um, I'm not 100% sure I like this. Hey, that's part of the game too. Because if you do it this way, it just kind of chops through it too much. Um, let's do this different. Let's put a new pattern, but keep this one on there. Do want to move this over a little bit. Let's put another pattern. Because if it came down and did this as a channel, and then made this the triangle, see if it gives us anything different. When it's got this chop, patterns can be kind of, everybody sees something a little different. So if we break out of that, look at that same. So that is the target I'm looking for, no matter which way you slice it. Right around that 249. EFI. EFI also hit its target. I got really, really close. I can actually go ahead and I'm going to call that one. Because like I said, you put your sell order is a little short. So if you have the same type of target, or I actually saw this on one of my feeds, always go a little lower. And had this flag. It would have been nice if this was actually a bull flag. I didn't want to play that yet because a lot of times when you have this long wick here, you end up not getting a full flag. You want the flag to kind of start towards the top and then pump up from there. So I'm not saying this target is gone yet. Well, yeah, I am. I think that's it. But we shall see. It is making another bullish cross. It's trying. Still got plenty of room to move, but it's kind of pointing down a little bit. And EFI. Not sure if I'd be in the trade right now. You got some profit here. I kind of wait for more confirmation. We could be double topping off of that right there. If it breaks that, it would probably be pretty good. Um, maybe something like this. A wedge, break up, 26.5. Play it your way. I'd be waiting for some type of confirmation. It's just kind of choppy through here. ZRX. ZRX got the target just like everything else. It's also breaking out of its triangle. And yeah, a little bit different looking triangle than the others. So the shorter target, I don't know, it's about the same. Right around that area, 44.5, 44.6. That's where I'm expecting that one to go. BCH. BCH. Haven't really charted it. Don't get a lot of. I don't trade BCH that often. Just a couple times here and there. But it's because it usually follows everything else, so you can make the same profits on other coins. And measure move on it. There you go, 298. And I have sneaky suspicion this one's going to be very close to that same price. if we do this, and kind of jerked over a little bit. Yeah, pretty close. That's the same. So all signs pointing up. That's what we want to see. BSV. Oh, look at that. Same thing. So if you're into BSV, let's see. Let's see if the triangle matches. I'm not going with the wick. I don't like the wick. But we'll see. Nope. Grab that wrong. Yep. Same target. So it doesn't really matter what coin you're trading. Hang on to them right now. Look for that target. As you saw, a couple of them have already hit. So BSV. Let's skip Bitcoin just sitting over here the whole time. And yep, it already hit the target. Ethereum Classic, but it's in this weird pattern. I have a feeling just because everything else is going up, it's going to come up and retest this again. I don't see a big pump coming. I think it's going to hang on, wait for everything else to hit their targets, come back down with them. Um, ETC tends to kind of pump whenever it wants to. It's been hard to trade, at least for me. I've caught some good ones, but I've had to wait a while for the pump. When you think it's going to happen, it just sits there and waits. So as long as we stay above that line, you could call this a broadening channel. But so it could come up to here, come back down. It's just a very odd pattern. So definitely be careful with that one. Ethereum is doing the same thing as everybody else, following right along. There's your targets. Again, I think this is invalidated now. We didn't get the bull trap, thank goodness. Litecoin is doing the same thing. Hit this first little target off of this. But if we had an actual triangle, again, I was playing a shorter time frame there. We do this and this. A little more difficult there. Yep, same target. Again, my charts get kind of messy, but that's the way I do it. TA done my way. Hopefully I can keep y'all following along. So with Bitcoin, moving over here to the left, there's a lot going on here, I know, but I had the both breakout bearish and bullish signals there. Take that off now. Still not 100% sure we don't come down to here. Longer time frame, I do have it coming up and coming back down, but as you see, I drew this in a couple days ago. It's kind of following us along. It's not like TA, it's just my gut feeling that we're going to make our way up to these two targets. This one was hit. Come to this target, end up making a big channel, and out of that channel, we're going to break down to here one more time. So I plan to have some fiat ready for this area. I'll zoom this one out a little bit. So as you see, it did break out of this solid channel. It's been in for a long time. So all these targets are still valid. They're just going to take time to play out. So that's what I'll be looking for. I will be looking for some BTC after we break this kind of ledge here. I'm sorry, channel. It's going to make this and then break down. And the breakdown from this channel just speculation. If we follow this little line perfectly and just come down and we start a trend, come back down, maybe kind of make a little channel up this way, come back down. So that's what I'm watching for. Other than just gut feeling and the measure move, um, this lower target I do think is going to get hit at some point. Could take us a couple weeks, but after that, I think that'll be the big reset on the longer time frame. Get us down to here, and then we pump looking for new all-time highs sometime in December. So I have a 27K target. Hopefully it follows. If you've seen some other videos, well, let's finish it out with that. Let's go to the 1 hour. I'm sorry, the 1 day. Show you why I think that target is going to get hit. And this is the fractal from 2017. We have been following it really close. So this little dip just brings down to the bottom of it, and then we pump up. So 26,757, 56, 57, somewhere around there, 2,700, 27,000. So, December sometime. That's what I'm hoping for. We shall see if it happens. As you see, it is resetting here. So I do expect on the daily for it to come down, but that's going to be some chop. Come down at 15, maybe bring it down to here, and then make the big push up. So that's what makes sense to me. Others may disagree. We'll see what happens. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff, depending on what platform you're on. I appreciate the support. And hey, let's all get rich crypto trading crypto. Y'all have a good weekend.